You want it? We have it. The hottest mortgage and real estate strategy broadcast in the nation. A Smarter Way Home with your host, Danielle Boote and Victor Bals. 50 years combined experience, ranked in the top 1% in the nation for home loan originations 2020. Promise to expand your knowledge, utilizing creative mortgage financing and home buying strategies. Build a bridge for a better quality of life. Get your brain cells firing for a smarter way home. And welcome to another episode of A Smarter Way Home. I am your host, Victor Bals, over 20 years experience as a loan originator. And we like to look at home buying and mortgage strategies in a very challenging market. And today, I want to introduce, well, first of all, let's bring on my co-hostess with the mostest, the queen, the regional vice president of our branch here, USA Mortgage in Brighton, Michigan, Mrs. Danielle Boote.
Good morning, Victor. You're energetic today, as usual.
I like it. But today is going to be kind of a cool show because in a very competitive market, we've got many agents in this county, and there's not so many sales. It's better to spend, but on some specific strategies that this young man is utilizing to gain more business. Can you introduce our guest there, Danielle?
Absolutely. It is my pleasure to introduce Jacob Jacovetti with Keller Williams and Jacovetti in Entertainment.
You got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about your background and how you got into real estate, Jake.
Yeah, so I've been in the entertainment business for about 13 years. I worked for another company and I enjoyed it a lot, and then I just wanted more. So I left that company and I started my own, and I've been doing it now 13 years, and I have 20 bars under my location. We do trivia. We do a friendly feud style game. We used to do bingo, but can't do that anymore because it got shut down. But it was a fun time. So we did that, and then when COVID happened, we got shut down because couldn't do anything. I was looking for work, and there was an opportunity with Keller Williams to get my licensing for free. Aaron said, if anybody in the restaurant service wants to get it, we'll pay for it. So I put my name in the hat, and I was one of like 8 people that did it, and I won. Mm-hmm. So I got my license over Thanksgiving, and by January of last year, I had my license and ready to rock and roll.
Really? So, okay. So you went into real estate just because of the shutdown of the pandemic, and it just basically shut all the bars down, so you could not continue any of the gaming or the the trivia and entertainment. Okay. So let's talk about your real estate career. So you've been only doing it about 18 months, but you've been throwing me some really good numbers at your first and second listing. Were how much?
$950,000.
And where did you get the referrals to get this business, being brand new in the business?
I will tell you the easiest way. Sitting at a bar drinking.
Sitting at a bar at one of your establishments?
One of our trivia nights.
Really? Okay.
I was just sitting there. One of them said, hey, we're thinking about selling. Could you sell our house?
Well, okay. Well, how did they know that you're a realtor? Or do you somehow mix that up during the nights?
They always mix it in.
Okay.
I always talk about your job, talk about the market, just kind of keep on top of things. And it just started that way.
Wow.
Well, and this is something, and we talked about old school earlier, Vic. You know, even when we got in the business, it boils down to who is your sphere of influence. And if people know, like, and trust you, right? They know you from your other business, which obviously you've got going again post-COVID, but they know, like, and trust you and go, okay, yeah, Jacob, sell our house. I mean, to get 2 almost $1 million listings initially, that's just insane because most new agents don't start with the listing side.
No.
They usually start with buyers, which are usually more work, more of a struggle, particularly in this market.
Yeah. And it was crazy because I just sat there and said, I could do this. Well, what's my house worth? I ran them a market analysis, and they were blown away and said, okay, it's yours. Sell it.
Wow.
So now at the trivia things, do you get a lot of regulars that come in and you get to know these people at these things?
Yeah, so I've been at the Southline Hotel for 13 years. That's where I started everything. That's the home base, as we call it.
Okay.
On average, I get 17 teams every single Thursday night. Of those, 12 of them have been there for at least 8 years.
Wow.
I mean, they've been to my wedding. I've gone on vacation with them. I mean, you name it, I've done it. And it's become like a family.
Wow, so you've built quite a sphere. So now on the trivia, on the questions and that, do you put your logo and that up on the screen just so they're subliminally?
Oh, yeah. So
Do ya?
at the end of our night, we have a sponsorship page. And on the sponsorship page, it's Jacob Entertainment, right, is the page. And then we have Above and Beyond Realty, which is our team. We have Jacovetti Photography, which is my wife's business. And then we have another sponsor as well.
Oh, very
And it sits
cool.
up there for a lot longer than it probably should, especially in my shows, because I'm the one running it. But it sits there so people know.
Wow. So your wife's a photographer.
She is.
Does she do all your listing photos?
She does.
Oh, very cool. Very
Got to
cool.
keep it in the family, right?
Well, but that's one of the most important features of listing these days in our digital world, with all the listings being online. Great photos will help sell the house faster. Lousy photos, you look at them and go, "Oh my goodness, what was this agent thinking?"
Oh, and early on, I could tell we needed some work on our photography, and we spent the money on more equipment for my wife. And now we've got the equipment that we're good.
Oh, good.
We're happy.
Fabulous.
So now, does your wife also act as an assistant in the real estate business? Who does all your admin stuff and all that? Who keeps the books?
My director of operations is my wife.
Same in my house.
Exactly. She runs our house. She runs both businesses for us. She has the back end for the entertainment company. She has the back end for real estate.
Okay, you said team. Are you recruiting other agents there?
We do have some agents. So we have 2 right now that are active, one that we're signing on, and we have another one that'll be joining us here shortly.
Okay.
Wow.
What is your goal for your real estate business here?
That's a great question, because obviously when I got into real estate, I'm just in it to help, right? I don't need the money because I do well in my entertainment company. That pays the bills. Real estate to me is a passion. I wanted to be an architect when I was younger and I couldn't. So now it's a different way to give back.
Yeah.
So what my goals would be, it's a great question. If I can help out 20 people a year, I'm happy. If I can help out 50, that's great. But if I only help out 2 people, I'm okay with that too.
Okay. So let's go back to the trivia thing there, because I went up to an establishment, a local one, and it just so happens they had that trivia. And I was kind of listening in the background, but then I found myself there on the next Thursday. Yeah.
Oh, it's fun.
It
It's
ain't
super
bad.
Fun. Yeah.
It ain't bad.
Yeah.
Now, who generates all those questions there? Because some I don't agree with.
Well, I'm on microphone and I have to say this, but everyone's going to give me slack on this. I am the question writer.
Oh, really?
Every time I host, I say, oh, I didn't write the question. Somebody else did.
Okay.
I have been the question writer for all
Okay.
13 years, and I hide it so people don't yell at me at my bars because they will yell.
Oh, wow. So now, because I've never sat through the whole thing because I'm an old guy and I get home early. Do you win a prize or anything like that?
You do.
Yeah.
Really?
I've won before.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've played with friends. I'm not sure if it was one that you ran or not. Could have been. I'll have to ask you after the show.
Yeah.
But it's loads of fun if you get the right book of questions, because there's things that people don't know these days.
Yeah.
Like whether it is a cultural question, it can be music. Like you do great in like retro music, of course.
Yeah.
You know, but you got to have a diverse team of people so that as the questions come up, some of your teammates will be really good at one topic. Somebody else better be really good at another. Yeah, super fun.
Yeah, so with one of our teams on Thursdays, it started off with just 4 older men. Well, they didn't know a lot of younger stuff, so they brought their kids in. And then they brought their wives in. And then they brought their parents in. And now there's like 20 people on a team on Thursday night. They have everything covered.
Yeah.
And I always laugh when they don't win.
Yes.
Because I'm like, you guys came in last and you have 20 people here. How do you not know all these things?
They were drinking too much probably that
Well,
day.
yeah, their name does have beer in the title, so it does count. But, we write our questions fair, right? We'll have some science, we'll have some pop culture, we'll put music on, we'll do pictures, we'll do videos. We want to be an engaging company so people actually have a good time. They're not at a bar playing trivia, right? This is fun. They're playing trivia at a bar, which is what we kind of want to do.
Well, so what's family or friendly feud? What is that?
So Friendly Feud is a competition style where I'll ask you a topic and you try to generate what you think the number one answer would be.
Okay.
It's kind of based off of a show that has a gentleman with a big mustache, but we can't call it that. But
Oh,
it's
I love
something
that
similar
show.
to that.
Yeah.
So they just sit there and I'll ask a question like, what's the most popular board game? And your team would try to figure out what you
Monopoly.
think that is the number one answer.
Gotta be. Okay.
Yeah.
But if you put Chutes and Ladder and that was 3, you still get points. You just don't get the number 1 point.
I would say life would be number 2.
I don't remember what that answer is. I knew Monopoly was
Checkers.
number 1.
Monopoly. Oh, yeah.
Checkers got to be up
Checkers
there.
is good.
It ain't bad.
No.
But I'm not a real sports guy, I even fall over playing checkers. Oh my God. Okay, so you get a lot of your business from the establishments and their families. So what do you do to market yourself to new people? What are some of the things that you're doing out there?
So some of the things I've done recently are I've done a mailer, right, in the cities of Southline and Heartland. I've done a nice mailer campaign. I do a lot of social media press. I'll do some live videos, just some things out there. But I'm also out and active in the community. Whenever we're out and about, I'll go talk to people and just talk. I'm a very big talker, as you're very well aware. And I'm not afraid to talk about the real estate market.
Okay. So was it, you must have gotten scared or frightened during the pandemic, when all the establishments were closed.
Yeah.
And then walking in the real estate, that's no easy walk in the park either.
No.
Why didn't you take a real job?
So I had a real job. I was an electrician.
Oh, you were an electrician?
I was an electrician.
Journeyman?
During the day. I was not. I was still an apprentice.
Okay.
I was working towards it, and I got COVID. And I got in the ICU, wasn't supposed to make it.
Oh, my goodness.
So I was disabled. So when everything reopened, I couldn't work. Entertainment was shut down. I didn't know what we were going to do. But luckily, someone reached out and said, what about real estate? Let's give it a shot.
Wow.
And as of last month, I'm in the top 20 of our office.
Wow.
There's 200 agents in our office, and I'm in the top 20.
Wow.
That ain't bad. That's year to date.
Well, what an amazing story, though, of when you were literally at the bottom, right? Physically, professionally, economically, you completely reinvented yourself. And, what an amazing story, though.
Yeah, I mean,
right, of survival. And honestly, Vic and I have had a lot of personal discussions, and you go, you know what, when you look at a lifetime of a career, and this is what we tell our clients when they're buying houses too, you have to always prepare, hope for the best, prepare for the worst, right? Because you don't know what life is going to throw your way. Thank God you recovered from COVID, right? Because if you're young, you've got a family, that would have been the most horrible thing. But to think that you and your wife stood together, came up with plan B, plan C even, and went, okay, what do we got to do to survive? And sometimes that's the defining moment, I think, in a person's life, is some of the most difficult challenges and how you choose to embrace it. So kudos to you and your family for coming together and creating something even greater, And you know what? And Vic and I have talked about this also for a really long time. When you look at what's important to most people, it all revolves around your family, right? Which
Absolutely.
includes the home that you live in. Not that we all have to live in a $950,000 home, but it's the home that you go to every night, so that if you can go out into this world, work hard, provide for your family, contribute to the community, and go back to that home. That's why real estate is so important and why most people are passionate about it.
I want to back up a little bit there, because you and I had a conversation a couple of weeks ago. So you had the pandemic come, right?
Yep.
You were shut down. I'm assuming your wife was shut down because she was a photographer and they weren't letting them in anywhere at that point. Then you also bought a home during that period.
Mm-hmm.
Then you're laid up in the hospital with COVID, and you surely weren't there making motivational videos because you had to be hurting there.
Yep.
And explain what happened about the house situation and all that, because that was another part of hitting the bottom or having things fall apart.
Yeah.
What happened in the house that you bought?
So when we bought our house, it was illegally hooked up with the jet pump for a well. So we knew we had to put a well in, and that's fine, right? We got a quote. It was $10,000. Fine. And I was just out of the ICU. I said, put the well in. Let's get the house. Let's call it done.
And you just bought this house and closed on it?
Just bought it and closed. We knew we had to get it in.
And then you got COVID?
So COVID first, then the house.
Okay.
So I was literally getting out. We were under contract. I was in the hospital. I was signing my life away, giving my wife attorney and everything, saying, make it happen. And we got it. So I said, put the well in. Well's in. We're fine. We're moving on. 6 months later, our basement floods. She loses everything. Everything from her grandmother when she had it, all of her stuff when she was, she loses everything. I lose a couch. I lose dartboards. I lose stuff that's not important to me. So
it's important, but not that important.
Not that important, right? And I'm like, okay, it is what it is. We can fix the basement. And then my son gets sick. We can't figure out what's happening. Turns out we have black mold through half of our house.
Oh, no.
An 1.5 inches to 2 inches thick black mold.
Where? Up in the attic?
Up in the attic in our great room. So they tear out a little bit, and they tear out a little bit more and more and more, and it's down to the studs.
Oh my God.
Well, then it traveled to my daughter's room, and half of our house is under construction. Luckily, this week they actually started putting some things back together, but it's been 6 months of our house, and since we've had this house, we've never had it fully operational.
Oh my gosh.
So, and I can't do any work still,
Right.
because one of the long-term disabilities I have is I get tremors in my hands.
Oh wow.
So I can't really do much, and I can't do electrical anymore. That's why I was disabled.
Wow.
So it became a hassle, but we're there. I see the finish line,
Wow.
and it's about a month away, and we'll have our house back to how we wanted it when we bought it.
Then you can list it.
Oh, I know a good agent, so that's good.
Wow, so that's a lot of events happen in a very squeezed, short time frame there.
Yeah,
But then, and once you got out of COVID, that's when you went into real estate.
that's it. Yeah. So I was trying to imagine. It was not far after. It was only like 2 months after I got out of the ICU, I got into real estate.
Okay. And once you got it, because you didn't know what you were getting into, when did it click that says, hey, I think I can do this. This is okay. Or I want to continue this. Or when did all that click in? Huh?
Well, the hardest part of real estate is for most agents is when they get in, they expect it to happen right away. And it's a 6-month waiting game.
Yeah.
And that's why the first year turnover is crazy. So when I got lucky enough that my 3rd month in, I had a $950,000 listing, I went, okay, this is fun. Let's see if I can do this.
Yeah.
And then a month later, I got another one. And I beat out another team that's been established for years. And they just liked me better. And I went, well, if I can compete with the big teams, I can do this.
So now when you get to sell, did you also get them, were they going to buy another home? Or were you able to act as a buyer agent for them as well?
So one of them was selling their father's home. It was a farmhouse in Northville, and they just wanted to be done with it. And then the other one was they were going to go rent, and they didn't know what they wanted to do. But we ended up just closing on their lake house on Strawberry Lake 2 months ago.
Oh.
So it was a longer wait, but we did a buy sell for them.
Yeah.
And now their kids want to buy, and they need to sell their houses. And they're like, well, we know the only agent we're going to call. I said, thank you.
Yeah, that's how the business works.
That's it.
It's very interesting. Take care of the client. Always have a client.
Yeah.
In every aspect. So what is your plans for the next 12 months to 24 months with the real estate business and the entertainment business? Where do you see yourself?
So the hardest part for us in the entertainment company is we just can't find employees.
Okay, so you're having a struggle with supply.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we have about 20 bars that we could go sign up today if we had enough employees.
Oh, wow.
But we're short. I mean, all
An
of our guys are working.
An employee meaning what? What role does that employee take?
Yeah, so what we kind of look at as employees is for our guys, they're 1099 contractors, and we pay them very well to go host for 2 hours in a bar. Okay. And most of the time, the bars will give them a free dinner. So we overpay our people because that's what we care about. I want everybody to have a life worth living. And to them, let's give them some extra money. So we pay them more than our competitors, and that's fine. And we don't charge as much as our competitors, and that's fine too. Okay. But for them, we just, for 2 hours in a bar, and it's, they can only, and if they tell me their schedule, I can only work Mondays, we'll find you a bar for just Mondays.
Okay.
But we've got about 20 bars that we could sign up today if we had enough.
Well, it sounds like it's a great second income for somebody, right?
It is.
But also probably fun.
And one of our employees is one of my realtors on my team.
I was going to say, maybe you and I should do it, Vic.
Yeah.
But you don't stay up late enough, probably, to finish the trivia.
I'll take the first hour.
Trivia does not start at 3:30.
Yeah, we'll put Vic in nursing homes at 4 o'clock.
Come on, man.
You can call bingo at the nursing home.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll just pre-record mine. My God.
No, one of our agents did, and she's only been in it for about 3 months, and she's got 4 people she's actively showing houses to, all from sitting in a bar hosting trivia, getting paid.
That's
Really?
crazy.
So I always say it's free paid lead service.
Yeah.
I mean, half the time realtors pay for leads.
Yeah.
You're getting paid to get leads.
Wow, that's not a bad angle.
It's not at all. And then we market it too, so we give all of our people pens. We have to have a pen to do trivia, so what's on that pen? It's above and beyond Realty.
Yeah.
Do you give them your real estate pen or real estate slash?
Oh,
No,
you get it.
the real estate
No,
pen.
they get
you
a pen
just
with
said.
our logo on it.
Okay.
Our logo, our phone number, our website, it's everything.
Wow, interesting. Well, I could just see that as for you to recruit agents, you could use that as a great tool. Hey, I can give you some side money. You're gonna get leads or prospective buyers off this, and I could see that growing of a way.
Well, and that ties into your other part of your question is, where do we see ourselves 12, 24 months is, I don't know what the future holds in real estate because it's scary. I mean, it's a scary time out there, and I would love to grow this thing. And the more so with our team is, I'm not trying to make a penny off of our agents, right? I just wanted to pay for extra leads for them, right? As long as I don't have to pay out of my personal pocket, we're good. So our caps our splits are a little bit higher or lower on our end, so the agent gets more money because that's what I really want for them. So if I could grow and get 4 or 5 more agents, I'd be happy with it, as long as I can change their lives too. And personally, I mean, I'd love to be the #1 agent in Livingston County, but I'm new and I'm going to work to it, and it's a goal I have, but I'll get there.
And you don't have to be the richest guy either. It's about that quality of life. And and Danielle and I, we strive to have somewhat of a quality of life. We spend a lot of hours, but at least we have the flexibility in our jobs to take what's a priority.
Well, the one thing I've always said about being in a self-employed role is that you can never be unemployed. If you're self-employed, you can be underemployed, but honestly, when I look at my career, the reason I got into this side of the mortgage business was some, similar, let's call it difficult life situations where you needed flexibility. Maybe it was not a great year in the market, and you looked for other opportunities. And, you can't just sit in a box waiting for it to come knock on the door.
No.
But in our careers too, being realtors and loan people, that we wake up every morning unemployed until we get to the office and grind.
But that gives you a huge sense of motivation, doesn't it? Because it doesn't matter how good last month was, doesn't matter how good last year was. We're always freshly employed every morning. Yeah. That's what you do with it.
I mean, you're only as good as you are today. Can't think about the future, can't think about the past. You are only as good as you are today.
My biggest struggle when looking, both Danielle and I have been very successful over the years. But yet this morning, Danielle and I were talking about, there's so many things to do in front of us because we're always trying to grow. And it's almost overwhelming of how we break all that down, and we're going to get it all done. As we build our teams and that. And so,
well, all you can do is take one bite at a time, right? You can't eat, what they say, don't eat the whole elephant. Just,
the one little bite at a time. But still, yet, after 20 years or 30 years with Danielle, we're still planning for the next step, the next hurdle, the next challenge. I guess that's why I was at the office at 4 a.m. this morning. That's why I go to bed at 7 p.m. Okay, guys, there is an excuse for that. So, but I find it exciting, and every day is a planning opportunity. Oh my God! So, and I can't wait to recruit. Our motive is to also recruit people and work with great agents who share that same vision of taking care of the client, nurturing the relationship. But I love the fact that you can utilize that, your core business, which is the entertainment, or it used to be your core.
It's hard to tell which is which now.
Yeah. But that seems like just a great way for an agent to create extra income, create growth in their own business there.
Yeah.
But you still can't find help. Now, if you're looking for people, if anybody's looking for a part-time job a couple nights a week, what's the requirements? How old do you got to be?
Got to be at least 21 to be in the bar business, especially because we're late at night.
Okay.
Can you read? Can you speak?
Really?
Can you breathe? I mean, those are it.
Really? And you just read off the trivia questions?
That's it. I mean, everything's provided for them. All they need is a laptop, and we have a PowerPoint that we send to them. We teach them. We train them. That's it. We provide every single piece of equipment that they need. It's super easy. We make it as easy as possible for our employees.
Wow, that's excellent. Yeah. That's kind of cool. Any closing words, Danielle? Any closing questions?
Well, no, I don't have any. It's been a pleasure getting to know you a little bit better, and but we're gonna have to go to a trivia night soon, Vic.
Yeah, I would. I actually got into a little bit.
Jim, yeah, that could be fun.
You're gonna need it to put it in Japanese. Then my wife will kick your butts there.
The question is, would you rather play Friendly Feud or trivia?
Either one of them, I guess. I guess.
Yeah.
Any closing words? And how could someone get a hold of you? They're looking for an opportunity to be an agent and or help you with the entertainment business.
Yeah, so if you're looking to be an agent, you can call me at 313-605-3221, or Above and Beyond Realty is our Facebook page. I have a personal page. It's Jacob Jacovetti, Keller Williams Living. And on the entertainment side is Jacovetti Entertainment. Just go on there and message us. You'll hear from my wife either way because I don't deal with any of that stuff anymore. But someone will get a hold of you and we'll go from there.
Oh, that's cool. Well, you heard it from Jacob Jacovetti over at Keller Williams and Jacovetti Entertainment.
You got it.
Okay, that was Danielle Boote. You can reach her at danielleboote.com. I'm victorbales.com. And thank you for tuning in to this episode on A Smarter Way Home. Thank you.